Hello again, students. So we are going to be talking about the 3D Pythagorean Theorem again, but this time we are going to be looking at solving one of our missing sides. So just a reminder, the 3D Pythagorean Theorem says if I take the length, the width, and the height, which I'm just going to call A and B and C, and square them, add them together, it's going to equal the diagonal of that rectangular prism squared. Okay, so similar how the Pythagorean theorem says if you take the two legs, square them and add them together, it equals the longest side, the hypotenuse squared. Same idea, just you have an extra side with a 3D shape, right? You have three sides that you worry about. So today they're going to give us the diagonal length, and we're going to have to solve for one of the missing sides. So we're going to follow pretty much the same steps. So again, going through these steps, you start by identifying the length, the width, and the height, or the diagonal. Okay? Whatever is missing is going to be what you are solving for. And then you're going to plug it into the Pythagorean theorem, square, combine like terms, and then square root just like you did, but this time you're going to have to subtract things to the other side. Okay? So, for example, on this problem right here, I've got a length of 16. Okay, so 16 squared, and then I've got a height of 50, so plus 50 squared. I do not have a width, so I could call it W, it doesn't really matter. I'll call it B. Okay, B squared, and then that's going to equal this diagonal, which is 54.9 squared. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to square all my numbers. So 16 squared is 256. 50 squared is 2,500. And then plus B squared is going to equal 54.9 squared, which is 3,014.01. Okay? Combine these two, you're going to get 2,756 plus B squared equals 3,014.01. And then to move this to the other side, we need to get a variable all by itself, right? We're going to subtract the 2,756 to each side. So minus that to each side. So minus 2,756. And we're going to get B squared is equal to 258.01. Okay. Now I'm still not quite done. The last step, again, is the same as what we did before, is to square root. We have to square root both sides. So square root both sides, and that B squared, that B, should equal 16.1 when you round it. Okay? So not too tough. Again, the only difference here compared to what we did last time is we minus to the other side instead of just adding everything together. So we combine the two numbers we have, minus it to the other side, and then square root. Okay, let me do one more. So looking at this one, again, first step, identify the things that I know and plug it into my Pythagorean theorem. So I know a length and a width, so I know A squared and B squared, so I know it's going to be 17 squared plus 17 squared. I don't know the height, which I call it C, and then 36.9 squared would be the diagonal. Okay? And then square those numbers. So 17 squared is 289. So I'd have 289 plus 289 plus C squared equals 36.9 squared is 1,361.61. And then I would add those two 289s together, and I get 578 plus C squared equals 1,361.61. Then to move the 578 to the other side, I would subtract. So 1361.61 minus 578 is going to be 783.61. Now again, our last step here is going to be to square root. So we square root both sides, and the square root of 783.61 is 27.99, which would actually round to 28. Okay, and that would be my final answer. And that's all you're doing for the Pythagorean theorem, 3D Pythagorean.